another videos today. Yeah, we're on Jordan, and yeah, here we go. And before 8000 BC, Stone Age hunters lived in what is now Jordan. However, about 8000 BC, people in the region began farming, although they used stone tools and all. And people began to live in villages, and by about 5000 BC, people in Jordan were beginning to make pottery. In 4000 BC, they smelted copper, and about 3200 BC, they learned to make tools of bronze. And during the Bronze Age, many people in Jordan lived in fortified towns. And there was also a great trade between Egypt and Iraq, and so trade routes passed through Jordan. About 1500 BC, Jordan was divided into highly organized kingdoms, and the most important were Moab, Edom, and Ammon. And in 500 BC, Arabs called the Nabateans migrated into what is now Jordan, and developed a rich kingdom based on trade routes through the area. As the capital was Petra, as Rome became the new power in the Middle East. At first, the Nabateans kept their independence, however in 106 AD they absorbed into the Roman Empire. And under Roman rule, Jordan continued to flourish and Christianity started to spread. However, when the Roman Empire was split into two, Jordan became part of the eastern part, known as the Byzantine Empire. However, in the 7th century, Jordan was conquered by Muslims and became part of the Islamic world, and for centuries Jordan continued its traditional role of being a trade route between other areas. And then in 1516, it became part of the Turkish Ottoman Empire. And for centuries Jordan changed little. However, in the late 19th century, Muslims from the Russian Empire arrived in the area, fleeing persecution. In 1908, the Hejaz Railway was built from Damascus to Medina, and then the First World War began in 1914, and the Turkish Ottoman Empire and all that joined Germany and all. And at the time of nationalism was growing and encouraged by the British. In June 1916, there was a rebellion, and the Great Arab Revolt began. Finally, in 1918, Turkey was defeated by the Allies. However, Jordan was not allowed to become independent, and in 1921 it was made a British mandate, and Abdullah was made Emir. However, Jordan finally became independent in 1946, and Abdullah became king. But King Abdullah was assassinated in 1951 and was replaced by his son Talal. However, in 1952 he was followed by Hussein, and during the 1960s and 70s economic growth took place in Jordan, and martial law was declared in 1967, but elections were held in 1989, and further elections were held in 1993, and in 1992 Jordan signed a peace treaty with Israel, as Abdullah II became king of Jordan in 1999. And today Jordan faces economic challenges such as poverty and unemployment, but the economy can be seen as growing steadily, as Jordan has a potential for tourism with Petra and all that. As Petra kind of starred in Indiana Jones film, and its population is about 10.2 million. Yeah. As the legends we're talking about Petra, as the lost city of Petra is in Jordan, and it was named one of the 7 wonders of the world, and is a majestic place throughout thousands of years old that still holds certain secrets waiting to be unveiled. In 1812, the site was rediscovered by the first European, a Swiss explorer Johann Ludwig Burckhardt. He had spent many years studying Arabic and the history of Islam, as his archaeological excavations in the area have shown that the area was first occupied more than 9,000 years ago. And the name of the site is called Petra, meaning it was a Greek word meaning rock, because the city was carved into red rose sandstone rock. And the city of Petra was is comprised of hundreds of tombs, houses, a facility that could fit more than 3,000 people, temples, obelisks, and altars where animals were sacrificed to calm angry gods or ask them for favours, as the entrance to the city is through a very narrow path that's about a kilometre wide with a cliff on either side. First thing you see when you enter is a carved treasury al Krasner, and scholars disagree with the title pointing out the treasury is a ceremonial tomb, and only in the 15% of the city has yet been uncovered, as the other 85% remain being untouched underground and all. And the mysterious site was occupied by many different tribes over its history is based on traditional stories. The first known to occupy the area were the Edomites, which very little is known, and later in about 300 BCE, the Arab polytheistic tribe named Nabateans migrated to the area, and it was after the time that Petra flourished and became a capital of the kingdom. And as Nabateans are considered the builders of Petra, a tribe that was famous for and mentioned by many different civilizations at the time, as records containing references to them were found in ancient Greece, China, and the Roman Empire, and yet little is known about the Nabateans and their society, and most of what we know comes from the scholar Strabon, as Petra is a city in which Indiana Jones wanted the Holy Grail. In the film known as Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade, which I have watched, has been good, but it's been a few years since. All myth concerning Petra originates from the Crusaders and states that it was somewhere in the area that Moses struck a rock, bringing the water to the Israelites when they fled Egypt. And of the myth has to do with treasure hidden in the treasury, as many treasure hunters have shot upon the facade and such as scars which can still be seen. Excavations are still going on, and more secrets are being revealed, and the latest excavations is puzzle archaeologist has brought to light the light Hellenistic style artwork more than 2,000 years old, depicting a child with wings playing the flute. As is, yeah. Yeah, that is Jordan for you, and I'll see you all later soon for the third and final country for the day and then for the news. Asia's third country is Azerbaijan. Asia. I'll see you shortly for Azerbaijan. Yeah.